What's going on? It's yours truly. Just say it with me. They call me Miss TALIAFERRO. How's everybody doing out there? A little bit of a new look to the platform. We're going to be going back and forth with this look and the green screen look. So if you like the look, let me know. Tell me what you think about it in the comment box below. I owe you guys a follow-up story to something that we talked about yesterday. Kodak Black has been the hottest name in news, at least on my platform, all week. And this story gets even crazier than I thought it would have ever gotten. So, something interesting that I talked about yesterday. Kodak Black got into a fight with the fellow inmate, and a correctional officer tried to break it up. Now, following this correctional officer breaking up this fight, Kodak Black apparently bit this dude in the testicles. Now, my headline read yesterday, Kodak Black got high and bit a correctional officer in the testicles. That's a crazy headline. Real quick, if you have not done so, make sure you're following me on Instagram at itsmrtaliaferro. Christmas giveaway is on the way. I just wanted to put that out in the atmosphere. Yeah, but I knew that headline was crazy. I knew it would spark up some controversy, do some views, but it was true. I didn't lie about anything that I said. And Kodak Black's team is not denying that Kodak Black was high in prison. He got to fighting with an inmate, and then he bit the testicles of a correctional officer. But Kodak's team is making it be known that there are a lot of details left out of this mysterious fight that Kodak Black apparently got into with a correctional officer. Now, I didn't know this myself till yesterday, but according to multiple sources, Kodak Black randomly got in a fight last month, 2 weeks before his sentencing. Alright, Kodak's team, they're claiming that they believe all this was a setup to get him more time in prison. If you don't remember, just on Wednesday, Kodak Black found out that he's going to spend the next 46 months of his life in prison. Prosecutors were gunning for 96 months in prison for Kodak Black. That's about 8 years. Alright, that's what apparently prosecutors wanted. Kodak Black and his team are questioning why was there, and this is news to me, a new inmate placed in Kodak's prison earlier in the day, and that same inmate that Kodak Black got to fighting with was released on bond 12 hours after the fight. Kodak's team is claiming that there's surveillance video showing the Project Baby drinking a cup of coffee about 20 minutes before this fight with said inmate broke out. And Kodak's reps believe that the coffee was spiked with a chemical substance intended to make him lose control, to get into a fight, to wild out before his sentencing, again 2 weeks before his sentencing, so they could get him that 8 years behind bars, more than obviously the 46 months, almost 4 years that Kodak Black did receive on Wednesday. And I want to make it clear, the judge did rule not to use the fight against Kodak Black in regards to, they didn't add more time to Kodak's sentencing because he was involved in a fight. Now, I will say this, the judge did use that fight against Kodak in this regard to say, yo, you trying to ask me for some leniency, you want to get out early, you want some things to go in your favor. But as of 2 weeks ago, you just got into a fight. So again, not necessarily did the judge use that fight for the sentencing guidelines, but Kodak was trying to argue with the judge, or at least trying to convince, him and his team were trying to convince the judge, yo, can you be lenient with us, give us another chance? And the judge was like, yo, you just got into another fight. So that is important to know. Apparently, Kodak Black, once he got into the fight with the inmate, the first correctional officer came over, sprayed Kodak with mace. Kodak then fought off that correctional officer. They went back and forth, and that's when Kodak bit him in the private area. Then other prison guards came over to restrain Kodak, who displayed, and this is a report, he displayed incredible strength after being drugged and pepper sprayed. Again, Kodak's team wants this to be looked at. They're saying it looks like foul play was there. And no, they did not say this. I'm not going to put this on Kodak's attorney, Bradford Cohen, who did decline to comment about all of this. But it looks like Kodak's team is alluding to the U.S. District Attorney's Office planning an inmate inside Kodak's cell that day to coerce Kodak into getting into a fight. 20 minutes before this alleged brawl, Kodak Black drank some coffee. They're claiming that the coffee was spiked to make Kodak wild out, get into a fight with the inmate. Then Kodak, high out of his mind, fights with correctional officers, bites one in the testicles. That man has got to have surgery. His injuries are so crazy. I think like his whole lower region's got to be put back into place after this brawl with Kodak, who was very demanding and showed a lot of his strength. So Kodak's team is claiming, yo, this sounds like a setup, bro, to get our guy more time. Thank God he didn't get more time because of it, but it still didn't help him because the judge is looking at this dude like, yo, you just got to fight a couple weeks ago. I don't know who's telling the truth or who's making this up. I don't know if there's any validity to what Kodak's team's saying. I don't know where Kodak got the drugs from. If he was alleged high, I don't know if his drink was spiked. But I think it's worth noting, we just want to make sure we're doing our due diligence on this platform, being responsible, giving all the details. Kodak's team, they believe Kodak got spiked. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave this bad boy. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these alarming details to the situation. Again, Kodak Black is going to do the next 46 months of his life in prison for federal gun charges. We talked about that in previous videos. Please check them out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment box below. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids, they tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.